All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is November 1st. Halloween is past us. I hope that your family have already broke out the Christmas lights and decorations. But we gotta put a little pause on the decorating because 343 have partnered with IG. God. Okay, now it's not gonna squeak. Anyways, 343 have partnered with IGN again for IGN's whole like first video series thingy where they basically take a month and they dedicate a bunch of their content to releasing exclusive Halo Infinite content, such as map breakdowns, such as the one you're about to see, probably exclusive trailers, campaign footage, etc. Just stuff we've been begging to see. And with this being the last month until launch, the cycle starts. So IGN uploaded a video today essentially breaking down and walking through a new Halo Infinite arena map called Streets. To start off, this is a medium to small asymmetrical arena map. They've already mentioned that the modes that are gonna be working best on this are Strongholds and Oddball, which, you know, those two modes typically work best on asymmetrical maps. I'm not gonna talk about weapon placements on the wall or power weapons because those things are subject to change at any point. The only thing worth noting is the rocket launcher being the real only power weapon that will probably be in play from the looks of it besides a shock rifle. But again, these things are subject to change, and if by the way 343 was working the tech previews in terms of map variants, we'll probably see multiple variants of this map throughout Halo Infinite's life cycle. All right, point number 2, the map is incredibly reminiscent of Plaza from Halo 5, mixed with sections of Halo 3 ODST, because Halo 3 ODST was set in New Mombasa, and that is exactly where this map is set, or at least it's at the outskirts of New Mombasa, and you take a train station to the center. There are a lot of maps and little Easter eggs around this map, probably ones that I didn't even get to see. So when it does launch, I'd highly recommend, you know, popping into a custom game, walking around and just trying to see everything, every little bit that you can figure out and find. A few examples of what I was able to find. A lot of the posters that you'll see around, you will see repeated everywhere. There's just kind of like a base set that you'll see plastered everywhere, such as there's a lot of stickers that just say Bazaar. Up here at the top, we have the Hynos logo, which we've seen that in the Halo 2 turf map, as well as in Halo 3 ODST in the New Mombasa streets. We also have a few digital ads for the Goss energy drink. One of them being a smaller one shows that it comes in cherry lemonade. We have this poster here of Why We Fight. We have this poster right here, right next to what seems to be a bar called the Dugout. It says cheapest Mamba drinks. This one right here that says 24 hours street walk. And then if you look closely on this vending machine, there's a little sticker of Linda's helmet from Halo 5. And then in the New Mombasa Police Department, we see some Master Chief art on the wall. We have an ad up top that says Hollow Puppy with the subtitle saying man's best friend got an upgrade. Obviously you can make your own assumptions about what all that means. And we have this little area near the arcade. It's called a mini bookshare. And I don't know if you guys have these in your city or town. I've had a few in the places that I've lived where it's just like a little, like a bird box kind of in the side of the street. You can open it up and put books in there and take books to, keep or just read and put back. It's whatever you want, but this one just has free books for you to take. And the last thing I was able to notice was another Master Chief wall painting right here, kind of reminiscent of what we saw in Bazaar. All right, point number 3, 343 have also now just confirmed Mr. Chief is an AI. As you can see here, when he picks up these spike grenades, it says, Mr. Chief says, oh, spike grenades acquired. We don't know who's gonna be voicing Mr. Chief. I kind of hope they do what they do with the Halo 5 rec pack explanation video thingy they did way back in the day. And they had Nick Offerman, as most of you people would know him as Ron Swanson. They had him voice Mr. Chief in that video. And if they were to bring him back to voice this AI, I think that'd be absolutely hilarious and just an absolute joy to have his voice soothing our ears as we play through the Halo Infinite multiplayer.
Be smart and use your rec cards judiciously, because I won't be there to clean your diaper.
All right, moving on to point number 4. Obviously, the map is named Streets. There's a lot of areas that are comprised in this very compact map that we have. So I'm just gonna list them off really quick of what I was able to find. We have the New Mombasa Police Station, and then we have a few restaurants here and there. I found the dugout seems to be a bar. And then we have the arcade, which in the arcade, it seems like there was like some like hollow air hockey kind of. It's hard to kind of tell exactly what it would be, but we do have the Halo Infinite arcade game machine that they walked up to. And then on the side, we would know this game as Space Invaders, but if you look closely, it says Slip Space Invaders. And then one of the spawn locations is a little, it's an area that would eventually lead to the subway station, but it is blocked off for obvious reasons. There's some restaurants all around. Again, like I said, there's also some street food stations. We have a little ramen shop right here. I saw an area that said apartments. I'm pretty sure it said Morningstar Apartments, but I wasn't able to see the entire look of what the sign said. We also have a dry cleaning or a laundry store. And if you look really closely right here, it says every 99th clean is free. We have Jimmy's Books and Stationers, which is basically just office supplies. We have Kenya Vibe, which seems to be a club of some sorts. And then I also forgot to mention this, in the spawn location, there's this little kind of waterfall, this little aesthetic waterfall here that I thought was just kind of nice to look at. I'm assuming it's accompanied with sounds when you're standing next to it, which will probably be quite soothing. And then the last thing, there is a sign for a hostel. All right, and then point number 5, there's a little bit of dynamic lighting. I was kind of confused and concerned when I saw this, but he was walking up to this wall and then the lighting changed and I was like, oh my God, please tell me this isn't like an issue with the map or the game, but I noticed that it was just a light basically flickering on and off. And obviously, you know, dynamic elements in Halo maps we're not foreign to those. We've seen them everywhere. But it's just kind of nice to see, you know, this be an element of the map. Just kind of brings it more alive and breathes more life into that. And speaking of which, moving on to point number 6 from that last point, the map is fairly, you know, just like every other Halo Infinite map, there's a lot of elements in it that make it feel alive. In some areas, we see rats running around like we have on Bazaar. As they have mentioned, if you look up into the sky, you can see the space elevator in which they mentioned that they're rebuilding it. And I fully assume we'll probably hear sounds of like trains moving, you know, in and out of the space near us, like we have on Plaza. And just like on the map Terminal in Halo 2, we have obviously the train that runs through the entire map. But I'm assuming there's a lot of sounds that would help make this entire map feel much more alive. And so it was just nice to see that. It's obviously, I'm at the point where I'm expecting every single Halo Infinite map to probably just have these elements be a standard, but it is still very much appreciated. Other than that, I couldn't find much else of what would be important for you to know or for anyone else to know, but I am really excited to play this map. Probably may even enjoy it more than I did Plaza in Halo 5. Plaza was one of my favorite maps from Halo 5, and I'm excited because this one seems to be a bit more toned down in the busyness of what's going on around you and the elements and the lighting, etc. So it's obviously, hopefully going to be easier on the eyes to a lot of us. I'm excited. There's a few jumps here and there that they showed off and little ledges you can jump onto. So there's definitely still a good amount of verticality to it. It's a very close quarters map. There's not a whole lot of open spaces. Or probably really any long sight lines. It's kind of, it's honestly reminiscent of a Halo 5 Forge map that it was a Halo 5 Forge Duos map. And if I'm playing footage of it, then I'm playing footage of it. I'll see if I can find some. But for any of you those that have played this map on Halo 5, then you'll probably, hopefully be thinking the same thing. All right, that's gonna do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. I mean, it's November 1st, so we'll probably get some more news tomorrow, if not the next day. So stay tuned for that. Hit the like button, hit the sub button. If you enjoyed, comment what you enjoyed most down below, or any other thoughts or anything else that you may have even found that I did not, that you wanna point out, please do so. If your friends have not seen a breakdown of this, or if they're not even somehow aware that this dropped, be sure to share this video with them. But I will see you guys in the next one, hopefully very, very soon. Have a great day.
I'm gonna get a pixelated mother skewer shot. Wait, watch this, watch. You're welcome! Can't even see it. Wait. Oh, he fell. What an idiot. Double kill. Can't get the triple. Triple score. damn it. Wait, what the? What the? Kill that man! Get the f out of here, bro! I couldn't turn around in time for this